Ever think about how people in the ancient America lived long, healthy lives? It's a fascinating question, and the answers hold some powerful secrets we can still learn from today. We often think of the past as being incredibly harsh, and in many ways it was. These ancient cultures had amazing wisdom about health that kept them strong and active. Let's journey back in time and uncover the diet, lifestyle, and daily habits that built such remarkable resilience in both men and women. It wasn't about a single magic bullet, but a beautiful harmony between body, mind, and spirit. Let's start with the foundation of any healthy life, food. The ancient American diet was the original farm-to-table experience. It was incredibly diverse and packed with nutrients. The cornerstone for many cultures was what they called the three sisters: corn, beans, and squash. This wasn't just a random combination. It was a stroke of agricultural genius. The corn provided a sturdy stalk for the beans to climb. The beans, in turn, pulled nitrogen from the air and enriched the soil, benefiting all three plants. The large leaves of the squash plant spread across the ground, preventing weeds and keeping the soil moist. But the real magic was in how they complemented each other nutritionally. Corn provided carbohydrates for energy, beans offered rich protein and fiber, and squash was full of vitamins and minerals. Together, they formed a complete protein, the kind we usually associate with meat. This single gardening system provided a powerhouse of balanced nutrition. But their diet was so much richer than just the three sisters. Depending on the region, people foraged for a vast array of wild foods. Think of forests and fields as their personal grocery stores. They gathered wild berries bursting with antioxidants, like blueberries and cranberries. They dug for nutritious roots and tubers, and collected a variety of nuts and seeds, which are fantastic sources of healthy fats and protein. In coastal areas, fish and shellfish provided essential omega-3 fatty acids, crucial for brain and heart health. They also ate lean game meats like deer, bison, and turkey. The key here is variety and seasonality. They ate what the earth provided when it provided it. This meant their diet was constantly changing, offering a wide spectrum of nutrients throughout the year, and importantly, their food was whole, unprocessed, and free from the refined sugars, artificial additives, and unhealthy fats that plague our modern diets. Now let's talk about fitness. Ancient Americans didn't have treadmills or weight rooms, but their entire life was a workout. They didn't exercise in the way we think of it. Physical activity was naturally woven into the fabric of their daily existence. Men would often spend days tracking and hunting animals, which required incredible stamina, strength, and agility. This wasn't just a brisk walk. It involved running, climbing, carrying heavy loads, and developing sharp reflexes. Women's work was equally demanding. Tending to the fields, planting, weeding, and harvesting was a full-body workout. Grinding corn for hours using a stone metate built incredible upper body and core strength. Foraging for food, carrying water from the river, and preparing hides all required constant movement and physical effort. Even their children were active from a young age, playing games that developed their coordination, speed, and strength. These weren't just pastimes. They were training for the physical demands of adult life. So, while we might schedule a 30-minute workout, their entire day was a continuous, low to moderate intensity exercise. This constant movement is something many health experts now tell us is key to longevity. It keeps the joints mobile, the muscles strong, and the cardiovascular system healthy without the high-impact strain of some modern workouts. Their bodies were tools for survival, and daily life kept those tools perfectly honed and functional. But health is more than just diet and exercise. Ancient Americans understood the profound connection between the mind, the body, and the spirit. Their lives were deeply rooted in community and a sense of purpose. Everyone had a role, from the youngest child to the most respected elder. This created a powerful social fabric where people felt needed, valued, and connected. We know today that social isolation can be as damaging to our health as smoking. These communities provided constant support, shared responsibilities, and a sense of belonging that is crucial for mental and emotional well-being. Elders weren't sent away. They were revered as keepers of wisdom, storytellers, and teachers. This gave them a continued sense of purpose and importance throughout their entire lives. Furthermore, spiritual practices were not separate from daily life. They were integrated into everything. Rituals, ceremonies, and dances were common. These weren't just for religious reasons. They were also a form of expression, celebration, and community bonding. Dance, for example, was both a spiritual act and a fantastic form of aerobic exercise. The rhythmic movements, often lasting for hours, improved cardiovascular health, flexibility, and endurance. These rituals also helped them process life's challenges, celebrate its joys, and maintain a sense of balance and harmony with the natural world around them. They saw themselves not as separate from nature, but as a part of it. This deep connection provided a sense of peace and grounding that is often missing in our fast-paced, modern world. This holistic approach is perhaps the most important lesson we can learn. They didn't separate their diet from their daily work or their physical activity from their spiritual beliefs. It was all one interconnected system. They honored their bodies with pure, natural food. They kept their bodies strong through meaningful, daily activity. They nurtured their minds and spirits through community, purpose, and a deep connection to the world around them. This balance is what created such a powerful foundation for a long and healthy life. They faced immense challenges, of course, but their lifestyle gave them the physical and mental resilience to navigate them. So, what can we take away from this? We may not be able to live exactly as they did, but we can incorporate their wisdom into our own lives. We can choose more whole, unprocessed foods and maybe even try planting a small garden. We can find ways to weave more natural movement into our day, a walk in the park, gardening, or even just stretching more often. And perhaps most importantly, we can nurture our connections with family, friends, and our community, and find a deeper connection to the natural world. The ancient peoples of the Americas remind us that the secrets to a long, healthy life aren't found in a pill or a machine, but in the simple, timeless wisdom of living in balance. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. I hope you found it as inspiring as I do. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more explorations into the wisdom of the past. We'd love to have you in our community.